Welcome to the Chef's Kitchen. I'm your host, Nicole Gaffney, and we're here today with Chef David Banks of Banks Seafood Kitchen and Raw Bar in Wilmington, Delaware. Welcome.
Thanks, Nicole. Great to see you again.
It's always great to see you.
It's fun to be here.
You're an old friend of the Chef's Kitchen. It's always a pleasure.
Friend or old friend?
Both.
Okay,
Well,
good.
what are we making today?
We're doing some raw bar features. I've taken a menu and accelerated the tuna offerings because I found that people want tuna.
They do.
More tuna. They buy tuna. We have great fish, great Hawaiian fish, great sashimi and ceviche products, but they like tuna. So we're doing two tuna dishes.
I love that.
We've got a French-inspired tuna timbale and a Latino-inspired tuna tartare. And if you don't mind, you're going to make the black pepper tuiles. This recipe is made ahead. It has to sit for at least an hour. It can sit overnight. So in that case, you're going to do the tuna. The tuiles, and then I'm going to slice some garlic, and that's for, we're doing simultaneous tunas here.
Okay, great.
So we're going to show you one, and then you're going to carry it on. It has cracked black pepper in it,
nice. I
so
can see
it'll
a lot
want
of it,
to
too.
tear. It'll want to tear a little bit, but if it tears, you just keep smoothing it out.
Okay.
And this is a custom-made thing that you get from a top of plastic fish box.
All right.
We're going to make 8 of those, 4, and then move your template. I'm going to
Okay, I'm on
slice
it.
some garlic.
Okay.
And you and I are just going to cook together here.
It's perfect.
And,
I love it.
and that's because I need all the help I can
Can I
get.
ask you before you get to the garlic, what's in this batter?
That is egg white and
Okay.
sugar and black pepper and a little bit of butter.
Nice.
And then just that simple. And 10x sugar. I'm going to take a little oil.
10x, does that mean it's
confectioner's
fine?
sugar,
Okay.
yeah, like and I'm going to take a little oil. We're going to make some crispy garlic chips, and you can do them several different ways. You can do them in the oven, or you can do them also in a little saute pan that I'm doing.
Great. So
today.
you're using a mandolin to get them really nice and thin.
Little Chinese style slicer mandolin, and we should be able to accomplish this.
Or you could do it like Goodfellas style with the razor blade.
You know, you could. That's just because they didn't have one of these tools, and they had all the time in the world.
Exactly.
All they did was sit around and eat pasta, I guess. But so you're making the tuiles. I'm going to toast this garlic a little bit. We don't want to make it too brown too fast because it gets a little bitter.
Okay.
And that's a good thing to understand about garlic. It does get a little bitter.
So you don't want to take it too far.
Too fast and too far. So we'll pull her off.
So let's talk about Banks Seafood Kitchen and Raw Bar.
Okay, all right, I like it. I was with Harry's Hospitality Group for about 30 years. My partner and I opened up Harry's Seafood Grill 14 years ago on the Wilmington riverfront. Kind of a nice natural succession, and all the timing was right for me to buy his shares of the LLC that we created 14 years ago.
Fantastic.
And so we did that, and so I have left Harry's Hospitality Group and now sole owner of Harry's Seafood Grill.
Congratulations. We're so happy for you.
Thank you. We've accelerated a little bit of the raw bar, and more tunas and a good variety of oysters and all those things that we did before. We're continuing on that. So the restaurant hasn't really changed. Why would I change it? And
That's fabulous.
That's coming shortly.
You've always had such a passion for seafood, and you've always impressed us here with your seafood creation, so we really couldn't be happier for you.
Well, thanks. I'll take happiness is good, and a visit sometime would be even better.
I'm not too far from Wilmington.
Shameless self-promotion right there.
So I see your garlic chips turned out really nice.
And
They look
fast,
nice
and we're going to
crispy
just
and
on a paper towel, get them a little crispy. They're good. I'm going to take a look at those, make sure we get
Do I have them thin enough?
cleaned off. I think so. Let me touch them. Don't pull that off yet.
You said the black peppercorns, they tend to kind of make
They want to tear it a little
tears,
bit,
yeah.
but we're good. So we've got to get it smooth.
Okay.
And that's where, and we're good. So,
Thanks.
so you're right. We take that little custom-made template, and then these go right to the oven. Takes about 5 minutes at 350.
Oh, so really fast.
Yeah, pretty fast. If we're smart, we don't burn them. If we pay attention, we don't burn them. And
I'll set a mental timer.
we'll
see how good that works.
Well, that's what chefs do. You know?
Exactly. We'll return with more from the Chef's Kitchen. We now return to the Chef's Kitchen.
Diced tomatoes are going to go into both dishes.
Okay.
So if you would take that and just dice those up real quick. And
so you're doing like a French style tartare and then...
And then a Latino inspired one too.
Nice.
So,
and you're using two different kinds of tuna?
I am. I'm doing a big eye and an ahi. Ahi for the French with the lemon pickle. I'll talk about the lemon pickle while you're working the knife there.
Lemon pickle.
Lemon pickle or preserved lemon. Well, they are and they aren't. So for 4 days, and the recipe's included in the information from the show. For 4 days, salt, sugar, and chili pepper, and just wedges of lemon. Right?
So only 4 days, sort of like the Moroccan style preserved lemon.
Correct, and if you get that over there, that's perfect. And then for 4 days it sits and it has salt. And then we drain the liquid, we cut the rind out of the lemon, squeeze that juice, save that juice, kind of chop the rind up a little bit, run it through a food processor with the chili pepper. You can see the little flecks of chili pepper.
Yeah.
And then as we grind it through the food processor, we add more sugar because it needs it.
Yeah.
And when you get that, you'll find sweet, salt, spice, pow. It's got big flavor. Right, big flavor. When you put that with a nice savory tuna, if you will call it savory, then that is that works out pretty good. So we've got that. I'm gonna cut the tuna. We're gonna.
Now, what kind of tuna is this?
This is the ahi tuna.
This is from Hawaii?
This is available in most Asian stores. You can find, they call it a saku, S-A-K-U, block. And what that is they've saw cutted this beautiful yellowfin tuna, mostly it's yellowfin, and then they've made it into these ready portions for sashimi cutting portions. And that is
nice.
And it comes frozen and fresh, and it's just one of those really good things.
Amazing.
So I'm wondering about you want to just twist those, look at those tuiles and turn them around.
You got it.
Rotate them out. We don't want them too brown, and want it to stay kind of.
They're looking good. They're still nice and pale, not quite there yet.
Okay. But they look like the oven's still on, because that's really key to cooking them.
I think that's key to cooking anything, so the oven stays on.
Pretty much. Okay, so we're good. We've got tuna there, and here, actually, you cut that tuna, just a couple slices, and then
just
dices.
A few slices?
You're shooting
kind of like what you just did.
For that, if that works for you.
Just like this, same thing.
Maybe 2 more slices like that, and then dice them up.
This is
in the
beautiful
bowl.
tuna. Now you
and
get
that's,
so
now
much.
that's a big eye tuna.
This is big eye. Okay,
that's
so talk about that. This also comes from Hawaii?
It not necessarily.
Okay.
No, these are caught all over, and these up and down the East Coast and the Hawaiian water. They're caught all over.
Okay.
So we do have origins. When they come, we know the origin.
Is that enough?
And that's perfect. Yep, that's perfect. And
now you bring in amazing seafood from all over the world, really.
we source pretty heavy. We're fairly aggressive. I was talking about it the other day with somebody. We try to get the things that aren't the common items, although we have a lot of the common items that people understand. And I'm showing a show in a little while. We'll do a rainbow trout show. It's just rainbow trout.
Right.
But it's really, really good, and it's on the menu. We made a condiment for this Latino-inspired big eye tuna timbal. Like and that's a quick pickle. It's English cucumber, salt, and rice wine vinegar. Overnight, drain the vinegar, refill it with water. Keeps it from getting too tart, and it pickles nice. This is, a lot of cultures just like something real refreshing and crispy, and and powerful again with the savoriness of this, and then the sharpness of that kind of goes back and forth.
Excellent.
So those are the things that I try to do with my cooking and teaching is, does it make sense? And
Exactly.
of course, you know, we have sashimi and ceviche and tartares and pokés and tiraditos and all those items, which are all a play on a lot of the same ingredients,
Yeah, for sure.
with small nuances. Like a poke would probably never have red onion, and a
Okay.
ceviche would, but it has tomato sometimes, and
Right.
it's variable. So it's not all exactly the same.
Stay tuned for more of the Chef's Kitchen. We now return to the Chef's Kitchen.
And what do you think of those? And I'll touch one
I
in a
think
minute.
they might be just about there.
I
What
think
do you
so.
think?
Yep, you got it. Oh yeah, perfect. So if we take that and we just let it sit,
Okay.
and we're gonna take our batter out of the way,
Yeah, you can see how thin and delicate these are.
and comes right off, just that easy. And we're gonna lay them out right on. So if you take
You
them,
want to take them off while they're still hot?
take them off. Otherwise, they get a little brittle and they want to
Okay.
crack on you. So
So
you're
get
good
them off
with
the hot pan.
You're good with that, right?
And it's okay to stack them on top
Yeah,
of each other?
You can kind of layer them down, shingle them down if you want.
Okay.
You're good.
And I feel like you could even take them at this point and like make shapes out of them.
You could, if you wanted to, you could take one and you could fold it over
Yeah, you
your
can
ring
like
mold.
tell how pliable they are.
You could fold it over your ring mold.
Nice.
And
like a
in,
taco.
in a brief period of time, that'll stay, just like that.
Love it.
You could take the batter and rub it just a long ribbon and pull it out and wave it if you wanted. You could
Nice.
turn it while they're warm, just like that. All right.
This is fun.
Good. Good. I like it.
Okay, so avocado
pretty.
is going to be for the sort of Latin style.
That's
Tartare?
right. And the cilantro and the chili pepper and the tomato.
Nice. These are like Thai bird chilies.
These are Thai bird chilies.
Spicy.
And they are spicy and they're fun. You have to understand them. But they do exactly what they're supposed to do. They are spicy.
I have to say, you have great knife technique.
Oh,
I mean, your technique for cooking in general is really spot on. You've been doing it for a long time and it shows, but
well, thank
I
you.
watch you chop with awe.
Chopping with awe. I like it. There's one for
There you
fun.
go. That can be our taco.
In fact, it could be your taco. In fact, and it'll harden up a little bit. It's still not quite
Okay.
crunchy, but it will be by the time we go with it.
Great.
All right.
And this
So
is
that's good.
It's just
This
like a
is
piece
mixing.
of PVC pipe.
Same with the plant, like the little mold.
Yeah.
I just take a piece of plastic and I cut a mold. This is hardware store stuff. You
Yeah,
take it,
I love
you
that.
cut it in whatever size you want. You sand it down a little bit, and that. You can buy stainless steel rings for I don't know, $18, $24
Yeah, why
each.
spend the money and get fancy
I
when
can
you
get
can just do it yourself?
$18 worth of PVC. I can make 100 of them because I'm cheap.
You could start a whole new business.
So we're mixing. We're in the process of mixing the lemon pickle, the micro herbs, the toasted garlic, the sea salt. The lemon will go with this with the lemon pickle. The cilantro, the chili pepper, the avocado. The lime will go with this one. The pickle's there. And we're going to assemble.
So now both of these recipes are on the menu currently.
They are.
Great.
They are. This is I have 5 or 6 tunas. I've been
Wow.
had 3 or 4, but now I have 5 or 6, and a really good one for noshing that we did with some wonton crisps that we warm in a toaster oven, and that was that's one of the newer ones also. I didn't do that one
Nice.
today, but I did this one. So simple ingredients. I put a little bit of the micro herb in there. I put a little salt. You put a little tomato,
Okay.
a little salt.
And this,
Right.
what kind of salt is this? It
That's
looks
a that's a
really
sea
coarse.
salt.
Yeah.
That's a New Zealand coarse sea salt.
Beautiful.
Voila.
Nice.
And I use these in my grinders at the restaurant. We have table grinders, and that's what's in that table grind.
That's great.
And that's good. So you're doing
lime?
two halves of lime. Squeeze them right in. This one comes with little toasted garlic, which is interesting enough. Look at you. Look at you.
Well, and it's
I
not
like it.
juicy enough, you know. Sometimes it needs a little help.
Yeah. These, and then the lemon in this one.
You have much stronger hands. I actually have a trick that works really well for getting the juice out of lemons and limes, but it's kind of weird. You want to see it?
Absolutely. Why would I deny that?
Use your mouth.
Whoa. I like it. You know, that works. That's
It
one of the
works really
strongest
well.
muscles.
Exactly.
You know,
I don't know
but
if
you're
it's
right.
the most sanitary thing for the restaurant, but
Well, you know, I don't
the
think
chef's
we're gonna
kitchen, it
we're not gonna do that at our raw bar. We've got this raw bar.
Yeah.
I've got the guys out
I
there.
don't think you'd have any customers left.
Yeah, that one I'll pass on. But you know, it's kind of fun to watch you do.
Yeah, right? We'll return with more from the chef's kitchen. We now return to the chef's kitchen.
Okay, tomato in this, tomato in that, garlic, micro herbs, cilantro in there. A little bit of chili pepper in there. Right, you're gently.
Just give it a mix.
You're gently mixing. I've got lemon. I put some micro herb in first.
You can see how quickly the acid starts to hit the tuna
it
too.
does.
Like,
It does, and that's
it already starts to turn color.
and that's okay.
So you can't mix these in big batches. This is really something.
No,
that you
this
have
is
to
a la
eat.
minute.
Yeah.
All of our stuff is a la minute. Our ceviches that I like them, call it a flash ceviche style. It's not marinated in the acid, it actually
Right.
cooks. And it's so bright and flavors and pops. It's
Still
just
nice and raw too.
really
you get
good.
that texture. Right into the
Yeah,
mold.
don't let me do all the work here. Right into the mold.
You're the boss.
All right. This one, you're gonna do the
Avocado first.
and in between too. So we drop the avocado in,
Okay.
and I
see.
just spoon slice it right in there.
Kind of make a little base.
Yeah. And
So
now
I'll do a
put
little
some of your
bit and then do
tuna.
more avocado. Okay. Now, is this on the raw bar menu?
It is.
Okay.
It is. It's on the raw bar.
You
menu.
have an amazing raw bar, and
I
one thing
can-
I love that you do is you bring in West Coast oysters.
Okay, hold on now. I do, and I've got a great variety of West Coast, a great variety of premium oysters, what we call premium. Those are the Kumamotos, the
Right.
Shigokus, the other varieties that are just really Maine Bellons. Even the Bellons out of Maine are working really well
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
We can just press it down.
Okay.
with a
More
spoon.
avocado on top?
I
or-
did. No, I did the avocado in the
In the
middle.
middle.
See that right there?
Look at this. I found a carafe.
I knew I had it somewhere. So we just
press
Tabasco
it down?
bottles, Tabasco bottles, Liam Perrin bottle, anything.
Anything.
Anything works, just to compress this stuff just slightly. So we take that, okay, and we are good to go. And then look, we take our dish, a little teardrop plate. I go right underneath with my tartare, and I press it out.
Nice.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And then same thing with this, just scoop underneath of it. Take my tartare and press it out.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
The avocado's
This
gorgeous
one-
in there.
Yeah, you see the layers of avocado through it. And then this one, the lemon pickle,
Oh, wow.
this is right on top. And it's pretty powerful, but it works really well
I love a lot of
in
acid with
combination.
fish.
Yeah. And then, so this one gets 4 of the black pepper tuiles because they're nice and savory and they're tasty. And if you had a bite.
Thanks.
Okay.
It's like a little pepper cookie.
Right. And then this gets that little pickle. And this just works well. Leftover cucumbers with cayenne and a little vinegar and salt is just a snack as you're cooking, and that works out really
Nothing
well
wrong
too.
with that.
That's the big eye tuna timbale and
Love
the
it.
ahi tuna tartare.
I'm so excited to try these.
Okay, good.
And you
Yeah.
have to try them too.
The hidden forks, I didn't see those out front there. That's great.
You never know where you find
That's
them.
great. This is not like a tortilla chip, but it is very tender. So if you try to go at it, you might break it like that. You see how easily that broke.
Yeah.
So we do. People usually figure it out just fine. They'll take a little bit on the cracker.
This is great. So
Yeah.
light, so fresh. I wanna
Take
try
that
this
one with
too.
the lemon pickle. and it did shatter a little bit, but really it's
That's
meant
okay.
to eat, and then a little cracker. It's
little
not really
cracker on the
meant to be
side.
on a Ritz type thing.
Right. Now tell me about your sashimi sampler. I know that's one of your really special items at the restaurant.
Oh, it's great. We have we take a run at beautiful marlins out of Hawaii. There's a blue marlin called a kajiki, and then there's an orange striped marlin called naragi, and then a local sea scallop, real thinly sliced with a little
Nice.
tobiko. And that is a sashimi sampler, and no rice, just the fish, very gentle, nice sliced, and a little bit of wakame, and a little bit of soy, and a little bit of wasabi, a traditional.
Sounds amazing.
With it. So it is very good. But that's gotten that fish out into our dining room, and the folks have loved it. They're like, oh wow, we would have never bought this.
Really?
But you made us buy it because here it is. So
That's fantastic.
really fresh, ice cold oysters, really
Oh.
fresh fish. That is really the key.
Yeah.
Super fresh.
These are really such a good example of the kind of food you put out at the Seafood Kitchen.
Well, thanks.
I'm gonna go right in for one
Yeah,
more
the
bite.
see the lemon pickle. I think it's great. Banks Seafood Kitchen is all about fresh, and variety. That's what we're going to get through to our customers when they come to visit.